let's head back up here into the 21st. So Mercury, Gemini, sextiling Mars and Leo, 18 degrees, 40 minutes, and the sun in Cancer. Let's get Mercury and Gemini sextiling Mars and Leo. Let's talk about this. So this is really that continuation of last week. And this is why, it's astrology really builds. It's not just one specific aspect that okay, that aspect was it and it's done. Sometimes it happens that way, but more than often, these are layers. There's layers and continuing layers on top of everything that is occurring. And it's these continual conversations and continual things that occur. Now, Mercury and Gemini, by the 26th, he's done. He was here lightning fast, right? 15 days. And he's had a lot happen in those 15 days. He's had quite a few things go on. And so this is the continuation of that journey last week where Mercury squared Saturn and then sextiled Venus. You can go back and watch that Twitchy Tuesday. It essentially rounded out to this. It's fucking serious. How are you creating your masterpiece? What are you doing in your life? And then immediately a couple days later, okay, shit ain't got to be so serious. We can get creative, we can find creative outlets, and we can find new ways to make this desirable, something that you want to do, something that you're enjoying, something that again doesn't have that Saturn level of seriousness to it. And now Mercury sextiling Mars and Leo comes in and goes, okay, I got these creative outlets. I think I know where I want to go. I've gotten Saturn. Saturn's even present here. I've gotten Saturn to help me understand where my boundaries are, help me understand where my foundation is, where I need to go to. And now I can meet Mars and Leo, who Mars and Leo is great at taking initiatory action. And I can put Knight of Pentacles, I can put into action all of those creative outlets that I have been working on. I can put into action the things that I'm creating, the things that I want to do. This pentacle, this Knight of Pentacles, right? He's got this pentacle right here. He can take this and carry this forward. This is Mars and Leo. Mercury and Gemini is giving Mars and Leo, hey, this is what you need to do with this, right? This isn't an action card. He is on his horse. The horse is planted. It's not in movement, right? We're not exactly moving forward yet. This is the stop of the conversation. I'm getting the image of a relay race, right? So in that relay race, one individual is waiting for the other individual to finish their sprint. That's how I'm kind of feeling this Mercury, Gemini, sextiling Mars and Leo, especially at this mid-decan, right? We're halfway through, is okay, I'm Mars and Leo, I'm sitting here, Knight of Pentacles, I'm sitting here waiting for Mercury and Gemini as he's zooming past me to hand me and give me what I need. And I know I've practiced for this. We're good with this. We have the capability, we have the capacity, the know-how, and we've practiced to stand here and accept what Mercury is going to give in that flash as he zooms by, and I'm going to be able to then take on the next leg of this race. Mars and Leo can take on whatever else needs to happen in that action sort of sphere. So that's the 21st. And then we have the sun going into Cancer. So again, I did a whole special Twitchy Tuesday that is this past Sunday. You can check that out now on my YouTube channel. I'm not going to get into Letha and the magic of the solstice and everything. I'm just going to quickly highlight what Cancer season actually, looks like from an astrological perspective. So Cancer season is ruled by the moon. It's a very feminine, actually, let me see if I can, while we're in here, let's see if we can find the moon while we're doing this. It's a very feminine, very receptive sign. The crab is the moon's symbol. So think about like being internal, being in a shell, being home. That shell is your home. If you can see here, here is the house of Cancer. It aligns with the 4th house, although in your own natal chart, Cancer may be in a different house. For example, mine is in the 2nd. Um, Cancer is all about home life, siblings, family, parents, your roots, where you're most comfortable and where you're most yourself, where you're most not only at home with others, but at home inside of yourself. Let me see if I can quick pull out this moon card. You guys are getting a lovely view of all of the wonderful original Rider-Waite Tarot. All right. There it is. There is the moon. So you can see like already on here, there's a crustacean, right? It's got that same similar thing. Yes, for Cancer, it is the crab, but a crustacean, this hard exterior shell where you're safe, you're secure, you're home, those sorts of things. And you have the duality here in the 2 different colored dogs, I'll call them. They might be wolves. The water is ever present, right? And then you have the moon. And it's Cancer season. I love how these like little flecks of the moon are coming down and it's like raining down. It's a cardinal sign. So it is a time of change. It is a time of being able to, we just got done with the mutable sign of Gemini, where we didn't really have containers. We had this kind of whole openness. And now Cancer comes in to really ground us. The moon comes in to really ground us and go, okay, you had all of this free time to play around in the air. Now let's come and talk about the container that is water and the change that water brings, because it is a cardinal water feminine sign. What is that water bringing to you? What as the tides change, as we ebb and flow with those tides, that's why the moon, having that moonship rule, having the moon as the rulership of Cancer, how does that tide ebb and flow with you? How do you work through when things are changing? What do you do with that? How do you feel into that? How do you work with that? How do you maybe wonder? Water can be very wondery, right? You think about the ocean, it's kind of everywhere. It can go places. It's not really stuck into one particular like box or area. It's not fixed. We're not in a fixed water sign. Um, but you always want to come home. You think about the animals that live in the ocean. Think about their nature, like right? Think about the whales, the orcas, the sharks, and this concept of like breeding grounds where these animals within that ocean, within this ebb and flow of seasons and of change, they tend to always mate, have mating grounds and have birthing grounds, and they go on this consistent ebb and flow of journey, continuous journey, continuous area of change, continuous, okay, well, now this was placed in my past. So how do I continue on to my end goal and go around that, or navigate around that or whatnot? And how do I get back home? How do I get back to where I was birthed? My ancestors were birthed. My roots are from. All of those things can very well be seen in nature. I see it in my dog all the time. Our middle child, Kepi, Kepler, is very process oriented, very, this is the path. This is the path that we're going on, and we're sticking to the path. And any deviation in that, it's like, wait, hold on a second. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. And it takes a second to get back into that. And I'm sure for her, it feels weird. This is all about feelings. This Cancer season is all about getting in tune with that feeling, that receptive center, as these changes kind of go through. And with the solstice, it is the longest day of the year. So we are going to have abundant amount of sunshine. In fact, depending upon where you're located, you may have complete 24 hours of sunshine. So that's gonna happen on the 21st, and you're gonna have this full day of really vibrant life, a full day of worshiping the sun, of welcoming the sun in. Again, you see all the crystals here. It's a wonderful time to sun charge your crystals. And in that zenith, in that, you know, highest point in the sky when the sun gets there from like noon, wherever you're at, until 3, 4 o'clock, and just allow yourself to soak in that energy and welcome in those feelings, welcome in that ebb and flow of nature, and really get connected into it. Roots aren't all just about your ancestry. Yes, your ancestry is part of that, but roots are also connected to the earth and how you as an individual being are connected to the earth and how you are also a cyclical being as well. There's a lot of our processes in our body that are cyclical too. So it's a great time to have these kind of like contemplations and, oh, that's really interesting. Notice how you are feeling. Notice how you are handling change. Notice where things can have a little more ebb and flow with them, a little more grace, a little more love.